guys so much. You don't know how much I've been wanting to get back on. I've been so busy with everything that has been taking place. It's been a lot. But I am here today with you guys, and you are with me. I want to just go ahead and thank all of my subscribers for the love, the donations, the gifts. As you can see, I got a new microphone, so I want to thank you guys for that. I want to thank you for just continuing to send the positive encouragement. Whatever I can do to send positive encouragement your way to help you get you through your day, by all means, I'm here for you. You know, we're a team. You're my soul tribe. So with that being said, today's topic we're gonna talk about is establishing healthy boundaries. Boundaries are set in place boundaries are limits that you set in place for yourself to help you establish what you will and will not participate in, right? So when we have healthy boundaries, we set these issues, and well, not issues, we set certain guidelines, guidelines in place to help others who are around us to understand our limits, okay? So today I have at least 9 key essential I want to say the list that, you know, or skills that you need to go ahead and utilize when you're actually setting healthy boundaries, okay? The first one is name your limits, right? Okay, so when you're naming your limits, of course, when you're setting healthy boundaries, you have to establish what you will and will not tolerate, right? Okay, so like for instance, kids, give you a good example. With my children, you know, I like to go ahead and set my healthy boundaries for them is this: you can have your phone, but after like 8:30, the phone needs to go off. All electronics need to shut down, because this is the time that you should be winding down and getting ready to, you know, get in bed so that you can be energized and ready for tomorrow, right? Those are healthy boundaries. You have a set period of time where you can utilize your electronic device. After that, you have to shut it off, okay? The next one is be direct. When you're direct with whatever you're trying to establish, there's no room for misinterpretation. So when we are direct, we can be able to, you know, communicate what we will and will not tolerate, right? All right. Also, the next step is practicing self-awareness. You know, you're aware of your surroundings. You're aware of what you're doing, okay? Because when it comes down to it, it's a two-party effort, you know. Like they say, it always takes two to tango. When you're in whatever type of relationship, whether it be romantic, platonic, or strictly work relationships, you know, you have to be mindful of what you're doing as well. Sometimes, you know, we all play a role. You know, just figure out what role you're playing in this dynamic and assess from there. The fourth step is allow yourself some space. It's okay to have space from other people. It's okay to be alone. I mean, yes, we came in this world alone, and of course, you know, not saying that you should be alone for the rest of your life, but it's okay to take a breather and just enjoy peace and quiet. All right. The fifth step is seek support or counsel. You know, it's always, people talk about therapy, and I think honestly therapy is being slept on. You know, a lot of people are scared to discuss their feelings with another person because they feel as if they will be looked at as crazy or deranged or whatever. The problem is this: like I said, we all need help. You know, we all have our moments where, you know, we need an outside opinion, someone who doesn't know you from a can of paint, so they can't place any judgment on your life, someone who actually specializes in what you might be experiencing, whether it be, you know, a form of trauma or the fact that you want to find another way to cope. So it's always good to seek counsel, whether it be, you know, a therapist, a counselor, a mediator, or even just a friend who you feel comfortable in confiding in and who offers sound advice. Now, mind you, not everybody should be knowing your business, so I impose that you tread lightly. Or, you know, we can also set up and book a session. You know, everything is confidential. Okay, next I want to let you know the sixth thing, which would probably be, I should have said it as number one, but you know, we're getting all in. We're getting it all in today. Okay, we're gonna breathe it all in. We're going to consume it. We're going to embrace it. There you go. We're going to embrace it. And that is, no is a complete sentence. It's okay to say no, and you don't have to feel guilty about it. Okay. Number 7 is tune into your feelings. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, so it's okay to feel a certain type of way. If you feel angry, it's okay. Acknowledge those feelings that you have at that very moment, and acknowledge what brought you to that moment, to why you're having and experiencing those feelings. A lot of times, you know how we say women have intuition and men have premonition. We are granted these knowings, the knowledge with our higher self, and it helps you to be aware of what is going on within inside of you. A lot of times we don't take the time to acknowledge ourselves and acknowledge how we're feeling, because a lot of times people say, oh, you're just being too emotional, you're being too sensitive. But if you acknowledge where that emotion is coming from and what sparked it, you know, what caused it, then you can be able to address how can we move forward from there. Okay. All right. So now comes the fun part, right? Number 8 is make yourself care a priority, right? Self-care, self-love, you know, make sure that, you know, you take care of yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself, how can you take care of anybody else? You cannot pour into anyone else's cup until you first pour into your own cup. I'm just saying, just word of advice, letting you know you cannot pour into anybody else's cup until you pour in your own cup. All right. Number 9 is be assertive. Now you know how to be assertive. Take action. Okay? Let's get it going. You know what you want, and I know you know how to get it. And if you don't, there's always ways to research, or you can ask someone. All right? Now, here's some examples of bad boundaries. So if you're hearing any of these bad boundaries, this is just a key wake up. Okay, let me stop. Let me change what I'm doing, because only we can break the cycles. We can break these patterns that we're consistently seeing within our lives, and we can change our lives to actually have a beautiful life. We were made to enjoy life. We weren't made for suffering, correct? I wasn't made to be nobody's footstool. I wasn't made to be nobody's doormat. Like, come on. Love yourself, guys. So the first bad boundary would be people pleasing. I mean, I don't know how to, I can't even elaborate on that. You just know, you don't always have to sit here and go, yes, what can I do for you? And I get it. It's okay to do stuff for people, but when it's excessive, like, I don't feel the need that I have to people please. It is what it is. You're gonna enjoy this dopeness, or you're just not. Look. Don't mind me, I'm already hyped this morning. Okay, the next thing is feeling burnt out. A lot of times when you people please, the next step, you're gonna be feeling burnt out. You're tired, you're drained. You've given everybody all your energy, and now you have no energy for yourself, so you're depleted. Then you're feeling lethargic. Bad boundary. Now, the next thing is saying yes when you really want to say no. If you're feeling within your spirit, within your gut, I don't feel like going this place, I don't feel like doing this, I don't feel like, I don't feel it. But yeah, you say yes anyway, that's considered bad boundaries on your part. And it's not anybody else's fault but you. So, as I stated before, we are in control of ourselves. We make the choices for ourselves, and we can stop that. We can change it, break the cycles. Now, we're wrapping up. Another step is, another example of bad boundaries is struggling with making decisions. I ain't even gonna lie, I've been guilty of that too. I've been guilty. That's how I know when I'm telling you it's facts. When you struggle with making decisions, it's considered a form of a bad boundary, because then you're not decisive enough to where how you're going to be able to set and implement these boundaries that you have for your friends, your lovers, your coworkers, whoever is around you, your associates. With struggling with making decisions, then also comes avoiding expressing yourself when you're feeling hurt. When you keep things bottled in, it's not gonna do any justice for anyone until you actually go ahead and express yourself. Now, mind you, the one thing that I will say is this: if you feel better, you can always write it down on a piece of paper and then wait till after you calm down to go ahead and express yourself. I mean, there's a couple ways that you can go ahead and go about it, because when it comes down to it, I've always said, or I've been learning, but I'm also saying this: never express yourself while you're angry, because a lot of times you can say things that maybe it's not that you didn't mean, but how the tone might come out. It might come out totally how you did not want to go ahead and express it. So a lot of times, just calm yourself down. If you feel like, I need to get this out, write it down on a piece of paper, journal, and then when you've actually calmed yourself down and you're able to you're in a safe and peaceful environment that you're able to express to the person what is going on, you can actually go ahead and let them know, hey, I need to talk to you for a moment. During this time period, you made me feel some type of way, and I don't appreciate that, Only thing they could do is respect that, because you've been able to express yourself. Express yourself, and not only do you lift that weight off your shoulder, but then you're able to address the situation. And on top of addressing the situation, then you can actually start the process to healing and figuring out a solution to the problem. All right. Next is you're feeling taken advantage of, which all of these kind of like coincide, and they always like work together. When you're feeling taken advantage of, a lot of times you don't feel that you can express yourself while you're hurt. You know, if you feel like someone's doing the most and they're undervaluing you and not appreciating you, these are the things that are bad boundaries. You can express yourself, and then also, like I said, if these are some things that you feel like, okay, well, this person is taking advantage of me, you know, they know I have a kind heart, I gotta cut them off. I gotta put my foot down and let that be, right? The last and final thing with examples of bad boundaries is giving too much of your time, your energy, giving too much, and that person is not giving anything or giving you the bare minimum. If it's not equal, if it's not like we're not here on the justice scale, and it's like this, it's a 60-40 or 80-20, this is examples of bad boundaries. These are the examples to let you know, look, I'm giving too much of myself. I'm feeling depleted. I'm energetically drained, and I cannot do that. You know, I need to make sure that I take care of self first, and then once I take care of self, then if I am equally receiving, I have no problem with giving, right? So we have to constantly make sure that we are looking out for ourselves first, because we first have to have self-love for ourselves. When we look out for ourselves first, we can properly be able to show others how to love and not only appreciate us, but how to treat us. Because I'm not going to allow you to treat me any old kind of way if I don't treat myself that way. You understand? And if you do, then that's a problem. And that's why you're going to constantly run into the same old little cycle where you're constantly feeling taken advantage of, you're feeling depleted, you're feeling disrespected, and you're constantly hurt. I mean, it's up to you to change and break the cycles. All you got to do is start with yourself first. This has been Sunshine's Corner. Blessing you with some knowledge on how to set healthy boundaries. I hope you guys have a beautiful and lovely day. And I'm sending you lots of love, peace, and prosperity to get you along your day. Mwah! Bye, guys.